Good evening and welcome to an overcast Nosey Road for this evening's Stones Bitter Super League clash between Halifax and St Helens. Halifax first out on the pitch, their side for this evening's clash. Now we're just waiting for the Saints to come out now. The Super Saints led by Bobby Golding, two matchday mascots for this evening's clash. We have Philip Pye, 9 years of age. He attends Parish Church of England at school. I used to go to Parish Church, but mind you, it was a few years ago. Philip enjoys playing and watching rugby and football, and his favourite players are Bobby Golding and Danny Arnold. Also we have Michelle Rylance. She's 10 years of age. She attends St Teresa's at Devon Street. She enjoys football, rugby and swimming, and her favourite players are Bobby Golding, Steve Prescott, Via Matautia and Apollo Perolini. I'll just run through the sides for you for this evening's clash. St Helens full-back Steve Prescott, the three-quarter line of Danny Arnold, Alan Hunt, Paul Newlove and Joey Hayes. Alan Hunt in for the suspended Scott Gibbs, and that's another bone of contention that we'll have an answer about after. Carl Hammond and Bobby Golding. Bobby Golding back after injury. Let's see how fit our skipper is. Apollo Perolini, Kieran Cunningham and Adam Fogarty in the front row. Chris Joynt, Derek McVie, Chris Morley the back three. Andy Haig, Via Matautia, Andy Norley and Ian Pickermans on the bench. The Halifax side. Asa Ramon at full-back. John Bentley, John Schuster, Ferretti, Twilangi, Craig Reeker. The three-quarters. Chris Chester and Craig Dean, the half-back pairing with Martin Kettridge, Paul Rowley, Mark Perrett the front row, Carl Gillespie, Michael Jackson and Martin Moana the back three. A bench full of talent, but a few players coming back after injury. Mike Umanga, Graham Hollis, Carl Harrison and Simon Baldwin. There we are at the centre spot. Martin Kettridge, the captain. Bobby Golding for the Saints. Your two matchday mascots, Philip Pye and Michelle Rylance. Your matchday referee, Steve Presley. Bobby Golding will shake hands with Martin Kettridge. The two matchday mascots will go down to join the families for the rest of the match. Halifax will be kicking off. Saints playing up to the Eddington stand. And once again the Super League title takes another twist. Saints leading for most of the season, then round 15 arrived. Bradford blitzed the Saints, completely annihilating them, 50 points to 22. No complaints for us, even though a few decisions didn't go our way. On the same night, the Pie Eaters just scraped through against Cass. In fact, I think that Cass were robbed. A last-minute penalty against Tony Smith. He was down injured, then he was sin-binned for time wasting. The referee dropped one there. It was an Australian referee, but it didn't go Castleford's way. Round 16 last Friday night, the first of round 16, and Bradford Bulls keep up the challenge. They give the Pie Eaters a bit of a stuffing. 10 points down they were, and down to 12 men. Donegal sent off for a high tackle, and didn't that Simon Horton? Not talk about the dying swan, but Donegal got sent off anyway. We're ready for action. Halifax kick-off, Saints have possession. My name's Ron Hoofy with Mike on video. Donald McCauley is co-commentator with me for the Halifax side, so at least this week, hopefully, you'll get two one-eyed versions of the match. But Saints have the possession. Halifax pressing up quickly. Bentley in with Perrett. Cunningham at dummy half. Apollo Perolini powering his way upfield. Saints have the destiny of the title, as we can say, in their own hands. The Pie Eaters, the second defeat. Saints have got a win today. Halifax haven't won here for, well, since Adam was a lad. I think it must be, 30-odd years. And if it's anything to do with Bobby Golding and his troops, they're not going to win today, are they? Chris Morley, good driving run. Saints moving it over to the main stand side. Bobby Golding took his eye off the ball. It's gone to ground. Knock on. Scrum down with Halifax speed. Oh, he's giving the turnover, I do beg your pardon. It was the sixth tackle.
Well, thanks, Ronnie. I've listened to your pre-match comments, and it's nice to know you're still drinking the wine that's made out of sour grapes. But Halifax have the first touch of the ball, and like you say, they've not won here. It's 33 years, I think it is. But I came over in the team bus, and confidence was high among the Halifax players that they'll be going home with winning pay. They're performing better away from home this season than they are at Tramall. Only the second win at home last week. And now looking to continue a 5-match away winning run. Trying to be a bit clever there, but losing possession to Golding. So Halifax trying to force the pace, and really I think it could work in Halifax's favour that St Helens must win today to go back to the top of the league.
Yes, that's true. Halifax had a terrible start. You've got 6 wins and a draw now, as you say, 4 wins away from home. But the first 5 games, you just narrowly lost. Steve Sims would have been chewing the cud, but anyway, Adam Fogarty, ex-Halifax player, driving it forward. Cunningham to Perolini. Perolini, driving run for the corner. Just over 2.5 minutes gone, and Saints are pressing. Early points on the board. They spread the ball across. Hammond tries to draw the defensive, slips it to Newlove, out to the wingman. Oh, it's a fall over. Arnold in for the first try. Super work by the Saints. They take the lead. Referee Presley right on the job. He looks right, he looks left, he points to the spot. Arnold in there for his 17th try of the season, and what a great work there. Apollo Perolini took it over to that top corner, the Eddington and the main stand side. Then the ball was transferred across. It was slipped to Carl Hammond. Good run from Hammond. He tried to draw the defence in, then he slipped it round to Newlove. He took it well, did the big man. Slipped it out, a lofted ball to Danny Arnold, whereas Newlove usually could force his way over. The tacklers was there, slipped it out to Arnold. Arnold went in. 4 points to the Saints, and a chance for Bobby Golding now. 10 metres from the line, and as you can see, just a metre in from touch. Just the start the Saints wanted. We've got to get that Bradford defeat out of the system. I think even if all the injured players that Saints are out that evening, and that's not an excuse. You've got to get on with the job. Injured players are not, and even if they'd all been on, Bradford just had the bit between the teeth. They wanted to win. They knew they had to win. They showed that it was no fluke. They beat the Pie Eaters last Friday, and Saints have got to get their act together and get back in winning ways. They need the win, and oh, look at that from Golding. Joe just short. I think it just shaved the post. 4 points to 0. Saints will kick off. Halifax to receive. They'll have to tighten up, Darryl.
Well, the Saints try was a gift from Halifax when they lost possession on the halfway. You can't afford to do that. But Halifax paid the penalty. Now they've got to come back, and that's Ramone takes it from the kick-off. And it's Joint and Newell who are up very quickly following the kick-off. Now Michael Jackson, good tackle by Perolini. Rowley quick from acting half to Captain Kettridge, the vice-captain. Halifax captain Carl Harrison sat on the bench, and I'm sure he can't wait to get back into the action. 4 internationals sat on the bench for Halifax this afternoon. Said so many times about Wigan. Well, Halifax have it this afternoon. Unfortunately, Halifax don't have 30 internationals on the field, but at least you could say they've 4 on the bench. Last tackle from Dean, deep down into Saints territory, and no problem for Prescott, who'll run it back for Saints.
Yes, 4 points to 0, Saints lead, 5 minutes gone on the clock. Joey Hayes from the acting half-back position, back after a lengthy spell of in and out and a troublesome injury. Alan Hunt at dummy half. Derek McVie moving out wide, runs out well on the right-hand side, does McVie well. He runs out well on the left-hand side as well. He's one to follow. Good ball from Fogarty to Perolini. He puts the welly down, and Perolini moves through. In and out, looking for support, forces the pass out. Saints keep it going. Golding, Cunningham diagonal run, over the top again. Hayes inside to Hunt. Certainly looked a little suspicious, that pass, but the referee allowing play to go on. Derek McVie loses control. Darryl here is chomping at the bit. He said a couple of forward passes. You'd expect him to say that, wouldn't you? Proper one-eyed, some of these commentators. Anyway, Darryl, McVie lost control of the ball. Scrum down to be formed, 20 metres in from the main stand touch line and 10 metres from the Halifax line. I must admit, did look a shade suspicious, those passes.
Just a little bit, Roddy. I'm glad to see you concede the defeat in the end. But it doesn't help Halifax. They're stuck in their own quarter of the field. Perolini it was that burst through the Halifax defence, and now Halifax have to work again And I think Saints will be content to force the kick downfield with a fullback of Prescott's statue waiting to collect. Cunningham and McVie bring down Kettridge. Rowley acting half. Moana into centre field, 7 or 8 metres from halfway. And it'll go back again, this time Simone, who puts in the kick. Trying to find a little bit of space, but he's just forced Danny Arnold back. And Arnold looks up for an opportunity and runs into the arms of Perry.
Bobby Golding at dummy half, now to Prescott. Prescott tries to side through, twists. Chester comes up with the tackle. Once again, the Saints trying to move forward. Good solid tackling, Kettridge, veteran campaigner. Golding, good ball there, Newlove. Arnold on his outside. Arnold had the dummy half position. Bobby Golding now, trying to draw the defence, slips it inside, McVie. McVie unloads. Joint picks it up, Joint in the big hole, over the 10-metre line. Well, nearly over the 10-metre line. Just short there. Golding again. Now 5 metres short. Saints with an ideal platform to get more points on the board. Perolini looking for runners. Hammond. Oh, the ball's got at the back. Joey Hayes tidies it up. Saints still have the possession. The referee's blown up. Has he? No, I thought he had. It has. It's the turnover.
Well, Halifax not moving out quickly on Golding. The ball comes loose. It was Tuilagi that lost it. And St Helens immediately have the advantage back and go towards the Halifax line again.
Yes, Cunningham there. Is it? No, it's Hammond just short. There's Cunningham. Oh, that's a great try. Great work from Kieran Cunningham. The referee looks again and he points. Well, Halifax, they spill the ball. Saints tidied it up. Alan Hunt, I think, that tidied it up. Hammond went perilously close. And then Cunningham, the jewel in the Saints crown there, at the dummy half position, saw the gap, dove in at short range. No problem for Cunningham. 9 minutes gone. Golding with his first of the afternoon. And Saints with a 10-point cushion. You was made to pay there, Darrell, and good sides are going to do that to you. You can't afford to slip up like that.
Well, you can't, Ronnie, but I saw Sean McRae and Steve Sims talking before the game. Perhaps Sean McRae has asked Halifax players to help him on the way above Wigan, because they're doing a good job of it so far. 2 tries coming off Halifax mistakes. And there's another one, Asrimoni loses it, but I think there might be a penalty this time. There were 3 men in there for Saints, protesting their innocence as they would. But I don't know whether there's some soap on this ball, but Halifax are having trouble keeping hold of it. And now perhaps the first visit with the ball into the St Helens half. Not much tackling like that from Fogarty on Kettridge. Pettit makes it to halfway. Morley the tackler. Teammates, of course, in the Wales squad, the recent European Championships. A big hit by Morley's left Pettit on the ground. Halifax continue and go backwards. Jackson brought down back in his own half. So St Helens putting in some good tackling. Moana from acting half. Takes it back over halfway. There's a bit of interference there, Adam Fogarty. Well, was a little bit slow that time getting back into position. Referee Presley giving a penalty. And it looks as though Schuster is going to try and put first points on the board for Halifax. From a long way out in front of the post, there is a little bit of wind to contend with. Schuster 6 from 6 last week, 3rd in the Super League goal kicking charts. Golding, of course, top, kicked about 125 this season. And nobody anywhere near him. Schuster's kicked about 63. I think Weston Harris is second, and he's about 68 or 70 to his name. So Golding's going to win that competition. But Schuster will try and put first points on the board for Halifax. 40 metres out in front of the Saints post. 12 minutes gone. He's put a thump behind it, straight through the middle into the Halifax supporters at the back of those Saints posts. So John Schuster puts the first points on the board for Halifax. But St Helens still with an 8-point lead at 10 points to 2.
Yes, Schuster, prolific goal kicker. Powers it over. Fogarty there, a bit slow getting back. According to the referee, he was doing his best. I mean, he's a big fella like, but the referee moved in. As long as he's consistent throughout the match, we won't grumble. Well, that's a bad kick, isn't it? After Halifax scoring, the ball going directly dead. Penalty to the Saints on the halfway line. And whereas Saints would have had possession, obviously in their own in-goal area or roundabout, they're now going to go into Halifax territory. Ball possession has to be respected. Derek McVie flips it out to Perellini. Diagonal run from the big Western Samoan. Comes in, Kyle Harrison on. Yeah, so Perrett had gone off and Harrison on. And we know Kyle Harrison, for his finesse in the tackling, he's a big fella, isn't he? You know, and he puts everything into it. Fogarty turned the ball back to Cunningham. Saints losing ground. Perellini gets the ball to Prescott. Prescott looking to wind his way through, beats the first line of defence. Oh, that's a shocker. That's a shocking pass. Tidied up by Joey Hayes. Certainly looks as though the ball had moved forward from our angle. But Saints get away with it. Kettridge in on the Saints player as Bobby Golding turned the ball back inside. Morley into the 10-metre area. Takes the tackle 5 minutes short. 5 metres short. My word. Golding knocks it back. Kicks it now. Halifax will have possession. But Saints handling error near the end of the tackle count. But Halifax have the possession.
Well, Halifax were panicking there as he tried to play the ball. Harrison trying to settle it down. Goldie just trying to kick through. Appeals for a forward pass. As Jackson goes forward, there's plenty of resilience in that Saints defence. Bentley running strongly. A bit psychological for John Bentley at Knowsley Road this afternoon. Broke his Johnny's cheekbone on Perellini's knee last time he played here, and it took him a long time to get his confidence back. Well, didn't show any lack of it in the first run there. And Gillespie gets up and plays the ball back for the kick. Amone with a high one, trying to put Prescott under pressure, and it's a superb chase by the kicker Amone to put Prescott down 10 metres out from his own line. But Halifax must now defend and try and keep Saints down here.
Yes, that's great work from the kicker, putting Prescott under pressure. He followed it up well. Schuster was well offside, but it was played onside when the kicker came through. Obviously looking for an error off Steve Prescott. Usually a safe pair of hands. And he didn't let us down there. Well, that's a high tackle on Derek McVie. Kyle Harrison, as I said, not known for his finesse in the tackle. I mean, he's only about 6'4", is he, Harrison? He come through, and Derek McVie's no titch, is he? Just keep your tackles down, Carl, and you can buy me a pint after, he said. Penalty to Saints. Bobby Golding finds touch virtually on the halfway line. Cunningham will restart. Chris Joint. Oh, good run from Joint. Tackling there, coming in from Michael Jackson. As Cunningham beats the first line of defence. Short ball there that looked suspiciously forward. On to Adam Fogarty. But Saints get away with it. Derek McVie now puts the ball over the top to Hunt. Out to Joey Hayes. Comes back inside. Hayes goes for the corner. That's a try. The touch judge has his flag up. Well, unlucky there, the Saints. Very unlucky. Forced touching goal there. The Saints spectators just below us, the popular side faithful, get behind their charges. And Halifax head and feet.
Well, St Helens went close again, and Halifax really are struggling. And even more so to get out of their own quarter. I think they've yet to go into the Saints half with possession. And had a brief visit that lasted only a couple of seconds. Bentley will try and make the most of it, but Morley just wraps him up. I think Bentley, perhaps sensing that a run down the touchline might put Halifax in more danger. Craig Dean pops it up nicely for Moana. Cunningham on his back, Moana put down eventually. Wants to get up and play it quickly as Halifax try to get themselves back into this game. 10 points to 2 down. Harrison brought down, now Rowley from acting half, looking for a gap. They'll not get through Perolini and Joint, but it's a turnover. Paul Rowley obviously didn't look at the referee, looked at some dismay there when he told him to give St Helens the ball on it.
Yes, obviously the game being played at a frantic pace. Couple of turnovers already in the game. Usually waiting for the kick. Saints bring it out, Newlove brings Arnold on the inside. And Saints play it quickly. Halifax moving up exceptionally quickly, trying to put pressure on the opposition. Hammond injecting the pace in the Saints side. Cunningham quickly away. Derek McVie down that right flank. Once again, Saints bring it inside. Bobby Golding drawing the players in. Drop off ball to Morley. 5 metres short. Good tackle by Harrison. Prescott at dummy half. Saints bring it left. Saints lining up here, but the kick's too deep, and Halifax will restart from the centre of the 20. 10 points to 2 in Saints' favour, and approaching the halfway mark. About 19 minutes gone.
Well, I don't know about you, Ronnie. I know Goulding's been out for 2 matches, but he doesn't just look to be on the top of his form to me. He looked to be limping just a couple of minutes ago, and a little anxious when players close in on him to get rid of the ball quickly, perhaps to hold off a tackle and any potential injury that may occur. But that kick there going dead, which allowed Halifax to bring it back. They're in the Saints half. Craig Dean looking for the gap. Cunningham wrapping him up. Dean wants to get up and play it quickly. Halifax now look to move it out wide. Tuilangi comes back on the inside. Perolini hits him. Former Western Samoan Rugby Union teammates. With those two, Amoni again goes to the air. Schuster and Amoni chasing it, trying to put Prescott under pressure. And Prescott will be taken behind his own line with an excellent tackle from Schuster. And I think the look on Prescott's face says it all there. Thought he could get away from Schuster, the older man. And I think you would have probably thought that Schuster were offside again, Ronnie.
No, I was just going to say he was behind the kick at that time. It was an excellent kick again from the full-back. Schuster was well there, and the ball had just hung in the air for ages, didn't it? An excellent kick. That put Prescott under pressure, and Halifax have the possession back.
And Bentley will take the first drive back. Gets it away to Moana. Chances now. Arnold brings Moana down, close to the touchline. Bentley will look for the dummy inside, but that run was never on. He's being pushed down there. And Newlove concedes the penalty, so Schuster will probably go for goal again.
Was it going towards then, that ref?
Well, I was just going to say, we attacked in diplomacy. I was just going to ask if you've applied for a job as ambassador in the British government. Or have you had something to make you talk like that? Because it's not like you. Harrison, the closest Halifax have been to the St Helens line. 5 metres away. McVeigh and Fogarty, the tacklers. Switch, Dean running into trouble. St Helens defence moving out quickly. Morley and Joint. Rowley from acting half. Out to Bentley, and Bentley puts back inside. He's going to get it down. There were 4 defenders there for Saints. Bentley skipped round Arnold the first time. He looked as though he was going to pass inside, but he decided he had the strength to go for the line and put the ball down. And he's brought Halifax back into this game at 10 points to 6.
Yes, great work from Bentley. Plenty of Saints attention, but it wasn't good enough. The Saints tackling, the defence, it's obviously stuffed out of sight at Bradford. They've got to get it right together. It's been lacking a little bit this afternoon.
97 tries for Halifax. John Bentley scored. And not many of them have come here. That's his 12th of the season. And he's only scored 1 at Thrumall. That was last week in the win. 4 tries at London Broncos. Could have had 7 on that day, but he's got one that matters this afternoon, and he's brought Halifax back into it. 10 points to 6, and Schuster, superb kick from the touchline right between the uprights, and St Helens, from being gifted 2 tries from Halifax mistakes, have conceded a little bit in the last 10-15 minutes to let Halifax back into this game, and that a try coming from Halifax's first real attack on the St Helens line, Ronnie.
Yes, good work by the Blue Sox. And well, the referee's given a knock on there. Didn't look well, obviously Carl Harrison's clapping, throw him a fish. It didn't look a knock on from our angle. Bobby Golding looks at him. I'd like to see that again on replay. He just looks as though he picked it up, but eagle-eyed Mr Presley gives the knock on, and it puts Halifax on the attack.
Well, at 10 points to 2, you were a model of tact and diplomacy. At 10 points to 8, it's gone right out the window, Ronnie. And it could be going even further here with Moana, but he loses possession, he goes for the line. Well, Moana going for the glory. He got 2 tries last week. You couldn't blame him, he's a big man, thought he had the strength, but again, Halifax lose the possession, and a very important position, losing it on the first play, and that could have put Halifax into the lead so easily.
It certainly could, but justice prevails, and Saints have the ball in the place where they should have had it. Moana, as you said, going for glory. Saints play it quickly, Alan Hunt. Well, there's a bit of a fracas over there. Bobby Golding coming in separating. It's Steve Prescott, Carl Hammond, and we don't know who's involved in it there, but I'm sure referee Presley has known. The 2 touch judges come in. I've not a clue who was fighting from our position. We was watching the ball. Got a consultation between the 3 officials. And if it's anything like the 3 officials that we had at Bradford, they'll just be putting numbers in hat and drawing out. Moana with Carl Harrison, who's taken over the captaincy. Carl Hammond, the man. So Hammond and Moana. Let's have a nice clean fight. Break when I tell you to break. And the referee, oh, he's reaching for the pocket, oh love. Somebody's going in the sin bin. Moana 10 minutes in the sin bin, and Carl Hammond, is he having 10 minutes? Well, he's took the card down. So we'll just have to wait and see. Yes, off you go, he says. Just giving time for the players to go off before any bad feeling comes into it. But 25 minutes gone. And Moana and Hammond are in the sin bin. Saints have the penalty, so there we go. Oh, Saints restart play. Perolini the man, taken down by Ketteridge. Saints with a slender 2-point lead, 10 points to 8. 26 minutes gone. And earlier in the season at Thrumall, Saints just managing to scrape through 30 points to 28. Certainly was an awkward game. As Morley drives forward, Alan Hunt was with him. Morley shakes the tackle off, and Saints build up again. Chris Joint slides through, looks for support. Saints have got to back the man up with the ball. Derek McVie goes for the corner. Less than 10 metres short. Hunt at dummy half. Now with Perolini, the Terminator. Halifax are pulling him over the line. He's lost possession. Oh, he puts it back. Cunningham's in for his second. Super work there. Old rugby union days there. Perolini drove it forward, took the defence on. 3 and 4 players coming at him. He just pushed it back. Cunningham scooping up. Picked it up well, in for his second. He scored 2 last week at the defeats against Bradford, but he's in there. Good following up by Kieran Cunningham. Excellent work from the Terminator, and Saints open a 6-point gap.
Yeah, it was excellent work by Perolini. 3 or 4 Halifax defenders round him. They should have had enough power to put him down, but for putting it back rugby union style, I think you mean dropping it on the floor. Am I right there?
Well, if you say so, but Bobby Golding puts the extras on the board. I mean, our game is a much better game than rugby union, as you know, but 16 points to 8. Saints with the 8-point cushion. 12 minutes to the interval. And Saints put a bit of breathing space between themselves and Halifax. A Saints win tonight and put them back on top of the Super League table, and that's where we belong. And I'm sure Sean McRae, Bobby Golding and his troops are going to make sure that the Blue Sox go home without.
Well, I think there's probably about 150,000 rugby league supporters who don't agree with you, Ronnie. Everybody from each club wants their team at the top. I want Halifax at the top, but it's pipe dreams at the moment. But I'm not afraid to admit that. Although you are in competition with the pie eaters, and you may come off second best, but they have done their Kettridge driving forward. Halifax could have done with a speedster there to get away from the Saints defence with a big gap for Kettridge. And there's a big man in Carl Harrison driving it forward for Halifax, looking for the quick reply. Dean up in the air, Prescott under pressure and forced over his line again, is it? Ball's on the line, and referee Steve Presley is making sure he gets up and plays it. Well, Prescott did well there, somehow not to be dragged back into his in-goal area.
Yes, he did really well there. Danny Arnold breaking out of the first line defence, cops one round the head for his trouble. Michael Jackson, I think, another player that's not known for his finesse in the tackle. And welcome to all my friends at Halifax in the Taverners Bar. Nice to see you again. Is that right, Donald? But anyway,
It's your friends that's wrong, really.
well, Brian behind the bar there, he's well, he used to be a friend of mine, but not to worry. Saints have the penalty as Arnold broke out. He did phase 2. Saints get the penalty and they move it over. Alan Hunt has the ball now. Hunt looking to release it, but that's a good tackle there as the Blue Sox come in. Derek McVie. Moana in on the fast. Is it Moana? Anyway, the ball's released. Cunningham has it. Carl Harrison, the man that completes the tackle. Joey Hayes on the blind side. Big hit there from Harrison, right round the chest. Bobby Golding running the angle, drawing the runners in. Saints keep it going. Paul Newlove juggles with it, manages to get the ball back. Saints charging again. Joint pushing his way through. Padalini back to Newlove. Newlove chips for the corner. Is it too deep? Oh, it's an awkward bounce. Bentley does well, gets out of the in-goal area.
Bentley from his in-goal area, still striding forward, still looking round as 2 or 3 Saints defenders get back. Bentley shrugs 2 off, puts the ball back inside, and Danny Arnold, I think, must have shouted for the pass because it was a perfect ball from Bentley, and Halifax waste another chance. Nobody there in support for Bentley. Amoni took a long time to get there, but here comes Saints on the counter-attack with Steve Prescott.
Yeah, he's taking good lessons in Yorkshire twang there, is Danny Arnold, but 80 metres Bentley run. Bobby Golding puts it upfield for Hayes to chase. The Halifax man comes in, gets the ball. Yeah, Rika is the man that has the possession. Halifax have the ball back, but they're pegged at their own end of the ground now.
Well, I think Kurt Golding's been told that Craig Rika, normally a full-back, and perhaps showed there not the speed of a winger to get back to the ball. He made it safe for Halifax. But still, they've got to drag themselves back up to the other end of the field there again. Bentley did well on that last charge. Here he goes again, back inside. Saw too many red and white shirts in front of him. Chester, Alan Hunt stood in the Halifax line there on the far side. Yorkshire lad wants to stand with Yorkshiremen. Well, we haven't got many of them in our side. We've got them from everywhere else in the world. And Halifax go forward again. This one up to ground, bounces up kindly for Arnold, and he'll come away with the counter-attack. Risky passing in front of the post. Safe man is Prescott, but a good tackle by Asramone.
Yes, super work there. Halifax got the kick away on the last tackle, even though the ball didn't look as though it had been played correctly. The referee allowed it to go. Saints have the possession, and Paul Newlove trying to bisect Bentley and Baldwin. Baldwin come on off the bench, and Saints have a player injured up there. Kieran Cunningham attacked in half, but good work by the Saints. Good yardage made. McVie back to Cunningham. Saints spread it. Apollo Perolini, lets it go. Well, that's very adventurous and tidied up by Alan Hunt. Coming up to the end of the tackle count, Bobby Golding puts it high, and a tester there for Amoni. Takes it well.
Very safe for Amoni under the high ball. He's done well to bring it back 20 or 30 metres for Halifax. Into the tackle of Perolini. And he certainly felt that one. I think he fell awkwardly. Halifax already with 2 subs on. And as we've said before, we're littered with internationals on the bench. Rowley from acting half, great run from Paul Rowley. Super run, back inside. Perolini touched it. Chester plays football. But he's going to take the first knock on. I think Chris Chester is just having a few words as regards the advantage law there. But no doubt about that. But Rowley injecting that pace from acting half. Could have done with a better pass to Baldwin, and Halifax may have been in. So that's 3 chances they've had, and they've bombed all 3.
Well, Rowley there, he was out of favour at one stage. But a prolific player, exciting player. 2 young hookers here on shore. Cunningham and Rowley that certainly do the business. Gain excellent yardage. Newell up there, taken down by Schuster. Chris Joint from dummy half. Joint again, moves through 2. Comes down the blind side looking for support. Arnold was coming up there and now steps up at the acting half-back. Saints now got to spread it. Put the ball across field. Make Halifax do the running. Perolini brought down. Hunt from dummy half. Gets it away. Ian Pickavant's just come on. First touch of the ball. Rowley tackling there along with Baldwin. Once again the Saints move it up and Bobby Golding chips it over the top. Put the ball into space. Hayes is chasing it. Enrique he gets out of the tackle.
Well, he did enough to step out of the first tackle, but you don't take too many chances near your own line. Halifax have already lost possession twice and conceded 2 tries. They can ill afford to do it again coming up to half-time. Gillespie, big hit by Perolini, who's probably been the pick of the St Helens side for me in the first half. Goulding not stamped himself on this game yet. Jackson linking it well in the backs. But Joint there with Newlove to make the tackle. Moana went close for Halifax earlier. Could be a close eye on him now, the Saints defence. Joint and Morley with the tackle. Long pass back to Dean. Chip over the top. But it's towards Prescott. Back to his own line to collect it, but nobody chasing the kick for Halifax, and Prescott allowed to run out and make 10 metres.
Yes, Schuster comes in, and Saints have the possession. They're in the lead by 16 points to 8. There's 4 minutes of the first half remaining, plus any stoppage time, and we've not had much apart from that, just a little fracas. As Derek McVie powers up to the halfway line, puts the ball over the top. Joey Hayes hacks it on, couldn't take the pass. Saints are following it up, but Halifax have the possession. Baldwin, I think it is, that comes up with it.
Well, Baldwin had the pass to get there, and the pace to get there before the St Helens fast men. Arnold showing a little bit of entrepreneurial skill, just stacking the ball forward, perhaps sensing that Saints have that little bit of extra pace in the backs. But they've had a mountain of possession in the first half. Halifax have had probably more chances. Haven't turned it into points. 16 points to 8 coming up to half-time. Dean waits for the runners to get there. Schuster forced sideways, releases to Chester. Halifax still short of the halfway line. Bentley back inside to Dean. Dean gets it over halfway. There's Joint and Cunningham there to make the tackle. Rowley fancy a run from acting half, then uses the kick towards the corner, but it's going to go out touching goal, and it'll come back to the 20-metre line to attack for Saints.
Yeah, the idea was right, but the execution wasn't effective. Went touching goal. Saints will restart from the centre of the 20. Cunningham plays it to Pickavants. Pickerman still driving forward. Alan Hunt from the dummy half position. Harrison in there, that's just was a bit groggy a minute or so ago when both Harrison and McVeigh met head to head, and he was very gingered in getting up. Saints still have the possession. They lead by 16-8 with 2 minutes to the interval, and Hammond has the possession. New Love at the acting half. Now it's with Chris Joynt. Chris Joynt again. Joynt powers upfield. He's going to score. Oh, what a try. What a super try from Chris Joynt. And doesn't he like it? Not a very emotional person is Chris Joynt, but he reaches his hand, he puts his fist in the air, salutes the Eddington crowd. And my word, he got that ball. He went through there like a knife through butter. About 3 or 4 Halifax defenders he brushed off, and what a time to score. 2 minutes to the interval. The Halifax side there, they just couldn't tackle him. He took the ball at pace, took it upfield. His 4th try of the season, his 3rd Super League try, and no problem here for Bobby Golding. He'll get his 3rd of the afternoon with this one. But a great try there from the Saints vice captain Chris Joynt, back after a couple of matches off. Bobby Golding pops it over. Another 6 points for the Saints, 22 points to 8, and we're cooking with gas.
Well, there's no answer to that. Brute force and ignorance. Raw power from Chris Joynt through 4 Halifax defenders, and that could be a killer for Halifax coming up to half-time. They've tackling's not been too good in the first half. They've had more of the chances, but Saints, when they've got near the Halifax line with power like that, Chris Joynt totally unstoppable. Excellent try. And Bentley, I think Halifax just happy to play out the 6 tackles up to half-time. And there goes the Hunter, right on the 40 minutes, so the timekeepers not adding anything on. And St Helens deserved leaders just by the fact they've turned the chances into points. 2 of the first half tries came from Halifax mistakes, but that's how teams win games. Arnold with the first try, Cunningham with the second, and a golden conversion, and Saints had 10 on the board before Schuster kicked a penalty for Halifax. Bentley scored a try, Schuster converted, and Halifax were back in it at 10 points to 8. Plenty of errors. Chances for Halifax. They bombed 3, but St Helens got back into the game then. Cunningham's second try, Goulding converted, and Joynt just before half-time with a storming try going through 4 Halifax men. Goulding the conversion, and that might be the one that just breaks Halifax, with St Helens leading at the break by 22 points to 8.
Back with you at Nosey Road. Saints well in command at 22 points to 8. That try from Chris Joynt, could it be the killer? Went through about 4 or 5 Halifax players. Bobby Golding goal at 22-8 at half-time. Saints to kick off. Halifax with it all to do. No doubt Steve Sims and Sean McRae have given their half-time pep talks to Aussies, and Halifax have the possession.
Well, it's a mountain to climb for Halifax, and I've just been recounting during the first half how many times Halifax seems to get stuck on 8 points at half-time here. It seems to happen with great regularity, and on 1 or 2 occasions they've stuck at 8 while St Helens have gone on to 50 or 60. Halifax haven't won here since 1963, and I don't think there'll be many people alive now that'll remember last time Halifax won here. But there's 40 minutes to go. Their away form's been good up to now, but they've not been this far behind, so it's a test of character as far as Halifax are concerned, as Asaramone puts in a kick which is bounces up good as a pass for Danny Arnold.
Yes, I know you remember last time Halifax won here, Daniel, but it's I'm just trying to work out whether you are alive or not. But anyway, Saints have the ball, they keep it going. Perolini approaching the halfway line, a cluster of Halifax tacklers. Cunningham from the acting half, interference at the play of the ball, I feel. Halifax are penalised. Referee Presley moving in. Sometimes they do, sometimes they don't. He did on that occasion. Scott Gibbs out suspended. Obviously, whoever sits on the panel, it's one for one and one for another. Paul Loughlin last week, 2-match ban, 150 quid fine. He appealed, he got off with it. He upped his fine. Scott Gibbs, obviously not in the same mould, different panel. The 2-match suspension holds. I was going to say there isn't any justice, but obviously there is. Bradford beat the Pie Eaters. Puts Saints back in the driving seat. 2 points today will put them back on top of the Stones Bitter League Championship table. The press in the 10 metres from the Halifax line. Bobby Golding running cross, turns the ball inside to Joint. Joint with support there from Hammond. Hammond looking to release it. Good tackle from Schuster. This is the last one of the sequence. Newlove will twist and turn. He gets it over. That's a try. Oh yes, super stuff. 2 minutes gone in the second half, and Paul Newlove, the world's most expensive player, the leading try scorer in the Super League, touches down for his 23rd in the Super League, his 30th of all in the season, with 7 in the Challenge Cup, and extends the Saints' lead. Bobby Golding composes himself. He took control, centre field, released the ball, and Saints come up with the goods. Golding comes up with the goods, and Saints well on the way. 28-8, a 20-point cushion. Once again, Darrell, slack tackling there let you down at a vital time in the game.
Well, slack tackling's let us down all over the field in the first half, and the second half has begun in just the same way. Newlove with a power from a couple of metres out to drive his way over, just as Bentley had done in the first half. And Halifax really have it to do, 28 points to 8. And I've just been mentioning about how Halifax have conceded many a point in the second half, and I'm afraid at the moment it's looking as though it could go that way. Although the last 2 victories for Halifax, despite letting Newlove in, have been built on excellent stints in defence. Well, Jackson perhaps milking that one a bit. Peroline rolling over the man rather than rolling away as he should do. And Baldwin quick to put it into touch. Halifax still with 2 subs on the bench, Amanga and Graham Alice. And the form that Graham Alice has been showing this season, perhaps it might be or might not be long before he's introduced. Really has played well. Now Harrison, Halifax captain, making his return after injury. Not making many yards though. Long ball out, Dean the run round. Back inside to Twilangi looking for a gap. Plenty of strength once he gets his speed up, and he can't get through Cunningham. Rowlett to Baldwin, juggling. Perolini gets there, Baldwin juggles again, manages to keep hold of it somehow. Rowlett looking for runners, drop off ball inside. Moana wrapped up well by Cunningham, about 15 metres out from the Saints line. Halifax pressing for an early response. Twilangi cutting back inside. Pops it out to Rika, but Rika forced over the touchline. Nothing he could do about that. Not the best of pass from Ferretti Twilangi, and Rika forced into touch, and the turnover, possession back to the Saints.
Yes, good tackling in the end. Hammond and Hayes forced Rika into touch. The turnover now, and Saints from 10 metres from their own line move it downfield. Peckermans trying to shrug the tacklers off. Harrison in there. Now Cunningham scampers away, makes some good yardage. Rowley the tackler, and once again Derek McVie, diagonal run, looking to turn the ball back. Moana completes the tackle this time, and Saints persist on the main stand side. Inside slip ball, Chris Morley. Is it? It is. Once again Bobby Golding, reverse angle chip. Awkward ball taken by Baldwin, and Saints come up and halt the man's flow forward.
Well, I wouldn't believe that, Ronnie. You're having trouble with your mouth. That's something I never thought I'd see till the day I died. But you've heard it here first, live and exclusive. Ronnie Hoof has trouble with his mouth. But it's Halifax that are having the trouble on the field. They're trying to go forward. Going to go tackle by Perolini on Gillespie. Looks more weight in that St Helens pack. Harrison, a risky pass. Rowley was behind him, but Rowley clamped and brought down. And Halifax struggling to break this St Helens defence. Harrison, ball back inside again to Chester. Dean. Asaramone coming up from full-back. In fact, I think it was a Manga who's been introduced. Perhaps to inject a little bit of standoff. It seems to be lacking there. Chester perhaps a little bit inexperienced. Another one making his way back after injury. He's only 18-19. He's a lot to learn in the game. Looked impressive, but when you get against class sides like Saints, hard to raise your game. Mistake there. Manga to Schuster. Drop off ball back inside to Bentley. Bentley skirting sideways, then straightens up into pick of Anson Arnold. But Halifax with 5 more tackles after the mistake from Danny Arnold. Harrison this time playing it safe, keeping hold of possession towards that St Helens line. Dean through the dummy, went on his own, took one from Perolini, and just continuing the argument after the tackle had been made. Here comes Alice, as I mentioned, introduced. Perhaps Steve Sims, a bit of ESP, but they need Alice. Hard runner is Graham Alice. Proved it this season. Halifax almost up to that line. Out to Baldwin, but the linesman's flag goes up. Well, that's 4 chances they've had, and they did well to put Baldwin into touch, but it was quick play that gave him the opportunity, and Saints will bring it away from their own line again with a storming run by McVeigh.
Yeah, Derek McVeigh puts the ball out. Prescott will tidy it up. Good work on the Saints line. Obviously, as Baldwin forced into the in-goal area. Good play by Rowley. Took it on the blind side, but now Saints are charging up. Chris Morley has the possession. End-to-end stuff. 9 minutes into the second half. Saints with a lead of 28 points to 8. Gillespie and Rowley in at the tackle. Now it's Cunningham scampering away. 3 men bring him down. Come on, you Saints, is the cry. The spectators want more. Golding running the angle. Golding into space. Skirts inside. Oh, Bobby Golding, super try. Been very quiet, Darrell, I must admit. Bobby Golding really by his standards. But he took charge there. He had the ball. He saw the gap. He went for it. He's not scored too many this season, Bobby Golding. His 4th Super League try of the season. But once again, Halifax were caught cold. Golding was running the angles. He was looking for the runners. He saw the gap. He drew the gap in the Halifax defence. And he went in for the try himself. Broke past the last line of defence. Puts boot to ball. It's waved away by the touch judges. But 32 points to 8 the score. Once again, questions will have to be asked in the house, and Steve Sims will be answering or asking the questions, Darrell, won't he?
Well, he will. I think he'll be asking why Halifax haven't got 4 more tries. They've come close on that many occasions, but the tackling has left a little bit to be desired this afternoon. Saints there to exploit every opportunity, and as you said, that's the first thing Golding has done this afternoon. Looked a little bit out of sorts, as though he was just testing the injury in the first half, and perhaps coming through the first 40 minutes may have given him the signal to run riot in the second. Well, the referee and touch should have seen something there, and Alice is going over to the referee. He's apologising, but when you're down, you're down. And it looks as though it's Graham Alice that will give St Helens the advantage again by conceding the penalty.
Yeah, going down with the forearm is the indication on the player on the ground. But there we go. Well, the ball knocked out of Halifax man's, the Saints man's hands by the Halifax man. That came back. That was surely 1-1, and it came back to Ketteridge. The referee's given the knock-on. With the head and feet to Saints. Well, strange one there, Darrell, but looks as though the ball had been pulled out 1-1, and he's given the knock-on. Looks as though Halifax have the possession. Well, we'll not argue with that, Darrell Oudlove. Saints have the possession. Hammond out on the far side to Newlove. Newlove comes in. The tackle's not completed. He gets up and he goes it again, but he's lost possession, and Schuster comes up with the ball.
Well, strange decision, but Halifax have possession, and as usual, they're in their own quarter of the field. Unlike Newlove to lose possession, but he did roll into opposite number Cunningham. I think it's McVie around the bottom, or Morley. Good tackling again, and Halifax struggling to make progress. Gillespie's trying his hardest. Made 5 or 6 up towards halfway. Quick pass, Jackson. Brush off the first tackler. Alan Hunt, but Hunt managing to keep hold of the ankles till the cavalry came. Back to Dean, put under pressure. Quick kick away. Prescott uses his feet the first time, but manages to kill it so he can pick up the possession. Moana and Schuster with the chase.
Yes, Saints well in command at 32-8. Andy Norley on the field, sporting the head guard. 12 or 13 stitches in a head wound sustained at Bradford when Stuart Spruce, or should I say Andy Norley, collided with Stuart Spruce's knee when he was going in for a try, which was disallowed, but it certainly looked a good try from our angle, but the video referee didn't allow it. Pick of hands to Perolini, just taken by the jersey, stops his impetus slightly. Perolini goes again. The Terminator puts it inside to Cunningham. Dean, one of the tacklers, along with Baldwin there, and Umanga. Saints again in the Halifax 20. Hammond turns the ball inside. Saints keep it going. Now with Steve Prescott, puts the speculator out to Arnold. He jigs. Oh, that's head tackle. He'll be on his way there. My word. He's reaching for the card. That's going to be a red card. Well, that's consistency, I suppose. It was a high tackle. Even though Arnold got up and carried on, it certainly looked the flat of the hand, but a Halifax player dismissed. Amone is the man. Sent off from the field. Arnold was coming through, he jimped inside. Well, we think it's Amone. Bobby Golding will take the penalty. He'll give himself a little bit of breathing space, kick the ball back into touch. Well, we're waiting for the man to go from the field. I don't know that he's come over to the dugout. Well, the penalty is allowed to go on now. Halifax down to 12 men for the remaining 25 minutes. And Saints with an ideal platform to build on as Ian Pickermans comes through, twists in the tackle, inches short of the line. Didn't play the ball correctly. Well, obviously interference at the play of the ball. The referee rules. Hammond, short ball to Andy Norby. Once again, Hammond at dummy half. Golding, good ball to Alan Hunt. That's a walk-in. Good transference of the ball from one side of the field to the other. 16 minutes gone in the second half. Halifax just with a man sent off. And Saints capitalise on that one-man advantage by bringing the ball across field. Golding running the angles again, drawing the defence across, slipping it to Alan Hunt, and in for the try. Any views on the sending off, Darrell?
Well, it was a high tackle, no doubt about it. But like you say, the flat of the hand, it's unlike a certain Wigan second rower who gained an Oscar for his performance on Friday night. Danny Arnold did get up and continue to score the try. Perhaps a little bit harsh, but again, Halifax have made the mistake. They've been made to pay, and Goulding converts Alan Hunt's try to stretch the score to 38 points to 8. And Halifax, I don't think, will be looking forward to the next 25 minutes. And the confidence that was shown prior to this match by the Halifax players as it's certainly been knocked out of them by a Saints side who haven't played the normal fluent game. They've stuck to the task, but they're 38 points to 8 in front against Halifax side who've missed tackles, lost possession and paid the price. Kettridge slips it out the back. Dean onto Chester, run round back to Dean. Dean's spotted a gap, he's got halfway through, he's looking round for support now. Prescott tries to wrap him up, Craig Dean's still going. And it's the long arm of Perolini that puts him down and then gives him a facial. Well, silly from Perolini, referee waves him away. Perolini knew what he'd done, and Halifax are quick to play the ball, no point in going for touch. They might as well put all their efforts into going for a try near that Saints line. Gillespie step round two, going sideways. Halifax still 3 or 4 metres away. Long pass inside. Chester loses it, thinking a couple of moves ahead there. Chester knew where the ball was going, but of course you've got to have hold of it before you can do anything with it. And Chester again makes the mistake.
Yeah, Saints with head and feet at the scrum, but silly play from Apollo Perolini, uncharacteristic of this big Western Samoan. He just, as you say, give a facial to young Chester, young Dean, I beg your pardon. But Saints are back in possession. Back on top of the table after today's win. Chris Joynt losing the possession. Michael Jackson picks it up and he's within a sniff of the try line.
Well, I would have expected a penalty there. Halifax not hanging about. Kettridge slips it out. Jackson again involved with Joynt. Joynt drags him down eventually. Only a small man for a second row is Jackson, but immense upper body strength. Rowley. Chester gets it out. There's a chance of an interception. Amanga to Schuster, and Schuster, as he does so often at Knowsley Road, scores a try for Halifax. It's a bit too late for Halifax to get their act together. There's a long way to go and it's a mountain to climb, but there's a little chink being taken out of the St Helens lead. But that was good play. The gap created by the on-rushing St Helens defender, moving out quickly for the interception. It didn't pay off, and it allowed the gap for Amanga to put Schuster in on that far side.
Yes, Oldham away this coming Friday at Boundary Park. London away the following Saturday, and then Castleford away the Friday after. Schuster with the conversion, makes it 6 points for Schuster there to tag on to the 8 already. 38 points to 14. Saints will receive, but obviously Sean McRae will be encouraged by the better performance of the Saints. Completely outclassed at Oddsall, and nothing like a bit of psyching up, was there, with Sean McRae when he was asked, do you think Bradford could do it again? He said, I think the Pie Eaters will win by 20. That obviously did the Bradford Bulls a favour. They psyched up, they was down to 12 men, and they did the business. They was trailing by 10 points to 0, and they come up with a win. Peckervance, great run from Peckervance, 20 metres forward, rampaging forward. Now it's Cunningham taking up the running. Schuster in at the tackle. Saints now, well, Cunningham wanting to play it, and I think a little harshly done by there. A little, Darrell says. Well, we'll put up with it. Now with Perolini looking for runners on the outside. Perolini gets up again. Gillespie the tackler. Once again the Saints run it with Andy Northey. Oh, Northey will go in with it. Winch is short. Northey just short. Now from the acting half-back position, Hammond. Can he touch it down? Umanga there, forcing him back, along with Rowley. The ball kicked forward. Halifax have the penalty. Saints are penalised. What's offside he's given at the play the ball, Darrell?
Well, you had trouble with your mouth earlier and having a bit of trouble with your eyesight now, Ronnie. I saw it.
I'd expect you to.
But it's given Halifax a lifeline away from their own try line, but 24 points down. It's a matter of I think damage limitation and perhaps putting a little bit of respectability into this game if that's possible. Craig Dean's trying. Good ball back inside to Rowlett. Schuster looking at the defence. Schuster fancies a run on that far side. They know the danger of Schuster. He scored a couple of long range tries here in the past. He's got his name on the score sheet again this afternoon. Carolini not making any attempt to get up there. Chester goes for the gap. Great ball back inside to Gillespie. Gillespie with Alice in support. Alice away. Superb play by Halifax. Gillespie holding that ball up perfectly, drawing the defender almost to the last moment and releasing Alice. And Alice are walking there behind the post for Halifax. Well, can we expect a miracle from the 12 men of Halifax? We saw one with the 12 men of Bradford on Friday, but that was a good try. Great try as Chester tried breaking through. He did want to get the ball away to Gillespie, and Gillespie did exactly the same by drawing the defender, releasing Alice and putting Alice behind the post.
Yes, he certainly did. Well finished off by Hallis. But 2 tries in the space of 4 minutes. Schuster and Hallis. Schuster goaled his own, and you wouldn't bet against him popping this one over from right in front of the sticks, would you? 12 points there to Halifax in the space of 4 minutes. 38-20. Can you come back? All will be revealed in the space of the next 15 minutes, which is what we have remaining in the game. Halifax beating the Saints at Thrum Hall in the last game of the season, the centenary season, 32-24. After Saints had won here at St Rosalie Road, 58 points to 20 in the league, and Saints also with a win in the Regal at 46-18 last season. Newlove drives the ball up. Saints leading, as we know, by 38 points to 20. Morley scampers through. Baldwin completes the tackle. Saints now have got to get their act together. Can't afford to let Halifax back in the game. 18-point cushion. And Cunningham scampering away again. 100% from Kieran Cunningham. Can he make the line? Oh, it's a lovely ball to Hunt. And Hunt in for his second. And he likes that one, doesn't he? And why not indeed? A try out of nothing made by this inspirational player, Kieran Cunningham. A diagonal run, he took the ball up well, drove through. Halifax dropped off him. He kept going. We thought he was going to get it himself, but excellent play. He unloaded the ball to the right, and Hunt was in. And let's hope that stemmed the flow of Halifax pressure.
Well, I think what showed there in that try from Cunningham is one of the differences between the two sides is that Cunningham allowed to run at the Halifax defence with the ball, whereas when Halifax play, Saints are up within before the ball's gone through 2 passes, and they're really putting the pressure on Halifax, and Halifax just standing back waiting for Saints, and you really can't afford to do that with the likes of Cunningham, who will go through the smallest of gap, giving him the chance, and even with men in front of him, he's got the pace to get through. But Halifax now showing quick hands. Bentley against Arnold, and he's going to be forced into touch on that far side. He had to stop and check once he'd taken the ball. It was a bit awkward, but the Saints defence, as they do when Halifax have the ball, quick to defend. And again, Bentley pushed out into touch. It can really be classed as another mistake, Ronnie.
Yes, maybe so, Darryl. The Saints defence has tightened up a lot today, but still conceded 20 points. Joint in at the loose forward position, breaks out of the tackle, drives up again. Planned ploy from the base of the scrum there, well executed by the Saints. Now they move it across to the right. Hammond looping round, inside ball to Danny Arnold. Well, a big hit there from Hallis as he came in. He certainly winded Danny Arnold as he looped round from the left wing to the right, but Joey Hayes, can he twist out? The tackling there, excellent this time. Tuilangi in along with Hallis. Hammond, long speculating pass out to Pickavance. Rampaging run from Pickavance as he pumps the legs, drives towards the line, 5 metres short. Goulding, inside ball. Chris Joint just short. Well, the ball's touched down over the whitewash. Halifax penalised for offside. Well, where's the advantage there? He's gone over the whitewash and scored, and then the referee penalises Halifax for offside. What about the advantage, Mr. Presley? Hammond, inside ball to the Terminator. 2 metres short. Halifax forced to defend. Cunningham, a dummy half, looking for his hat-trick. He's in. Easy. Piece of cake. A gap as wide as the Mersey Tunnel, and Cunningham in for his hat-trick. And he deserves it. Saints should have had a try earlier. Well, I think it was Joint that actually touched down over the whitewash. And then the referee penalised Halifax for offside. Saints tapped the ball, couple of runs, and then Cunningham from the dummy half position saw the gap, scooted through it, touched it down for the 4-pointer. And Golden will pop this one over, giving Saints a 28-point cushion at 48 points to 20. Good work there by the Saints, kept up the pressure. Halifax caught again, and Cunningham in for his hat-trick. Fogarty back on the pitch. Perolini coming off. Had an excellent game. You were star forward for the Saints in the first half, Darryl. And Via Matautia coming on now, also been out injured, another Western Samoan. Chris Joint coming off as well.
Yeah, Perolini had a superb first half, and fully deserved round of applause for him as he leaves the field. And Joint's probably done as much in the second half. Sean McRae resting two of his best players this afternoon. And there, Twilanga, as we were saying earlier, is into 4 defenders. Halifax make 1 or 2 passes, and the tacklers are there. St Helens being given the room by Halifax to run at the defence all afternoon. Pass round the back, it's losing Halifax yards, it's gone to Craig Reeker. First real run with the ball. Standing winger, playing normally a full-back, deputising in the absence of Abi Okoku, still out with an injured wrist. Hopeful of being back next week. 6 games remaining for Halifax, and 3 away ones, and they don't come much tougher than Saints, followed by Wigan, and then Bradford Northern. Top 3 clubs all away from home, and they've faltered badly. 1 or 2 punters earlier in the club thought that Halifax, with their away form and their home matches playing work into Paris and Leeds, might sneak into the top 4 at the end of the season. I think they'll be looking to sneak into the top 8 the way they played this afternoon.
Yeah, it's how it goes, Darryl. I mean, a side like Halifax, at least you're above Leeds anyway, aren't you? I mean, there's a multi-million-pound side there that's, to be quite honest, a load of rubbish. Andy Haig, first touch, puts it inside to Prescott. The initial pass there to Haig looked a little suspicious, but the referee allows it to go on. Saints spread it. Fogarty back on, next Halifax man. 5 metres short, or even less. Hunt, inside ball to Golding. Golding, oh well, he looked as though he fell awkwardly there on his ankle. But it's with Hammond, who's had an excellent game this afternoon for me. Puts the ball back through the legs. Alan Hunt takes it. Joey Hayes now then gets the ball down to add insult to injury. 33 minutes. Joey Hayes in for the try. Once again, Hammond got the ball away under pressure. I said he's had an excellent game as Hammond for me. Slipped the ball between his legs when the tacklers came in, came out to Alan Hunt, onto Joey Hayes, under a little bit of pressure, but managed to go in for the 4-pointer.
I think Golding's off form. It showed there with his kicking. He can't even reach the post. I know it's from the touchline, but even Golding normally gets the distance, and he's been testing this leg out this afternoon, and I think he's still feeling it a little bit. That's why he's not played really a big part in this game. But it hasn't really mattered as far as St Helens are concerned. The referee Steve Presley on the spot for the forward pass. Not surprisingly, the mass ranks of the terraces, helping him in his decision, as they always do at any ground he goes to. But probably more so at St Helens, as I've just been prompted by my friend, which obviously I'm not talking about you, Brennan, not that you're not my friend, but I do have some better ones.
And he's a pie eater too, your cameraman for today, John. Just we know we're the most parochial of spectators here at Knowsley Road, and why not indeed? Top of the Super League, where we belong and where we're going to stay. 7 matches remaining, I think, is it? Anyway, 6 after today, and Saints have got to win them all because the pie eaters are a point behind. Good support for Tautier, on to Pickavance. Super ball there. The referee points to the spot. Well, he's having a look. Oh, he's coming back. Forward pass. No, hold it, Bobby, says referee Presley. He's going having a word with the touch judge. Darrell spotted a hint of a forward pass. Now the officials are going to combine. Will the try be ruled out? I certainly think it will, Darrell.
That's how good Yorkshire eyesight is, Ronnie. I saw the forward pass and I'm sat outside ground. So there you go.
And that's where you should be.
Well, a forward pass. Never any doubt about that, Ronnie, I don't think. Not for me, anyway.
Referee Presley just keeping the score down.
Well, Halifax have managed to do that on their own this afternoon. They've needed his help. But perhaps one last press on the button for Halifax as they try to go to the other end of the field. Been all in vain this afternoon. There's been perhaps 1 or 2 players looking distinctly disinterested when the chips are down. It's all right when it's going good, but you've got to play for 80 minutes, week in, week out. And if you look at Steve Presley there, every St Helens player in front of him, and that is what is allowing St Helens to get up so quickly to the Halifax players. 5th tackle, Halifax still in their own half, no option but to run it. Schuster gets it away to Dean, Dean to Rika, and Rika trapped from behind by Newlove. Inexperience, only his 2nd or 3rd appearance in the senior team for Craig Rika, but Newlove quick to close down any slight danger that may have occurred.
And Morley comes away with it now. I thought you said there was nothing wrong with your eyesight, Darrell, but obviously we'll leave that to the spectators. Tautier bursting through now, he gives it to Andy Northey via Kieran Cunningham. Cunningham again, perpetual motion. Cunningham slips it to Northey. Short ball, Hammond. He'll be in for the 4-pointer this time. I think it's Hammond anyway. Saints in for the try. Yes, Carl Hammond it was. 2 minutes to the interval, to the final hooter. Saints register their 11th try of the evening. And Hammond tops off what has been an excellent game for this fella this afternoon. He's been involved in everything. Perolini, Joint, Hammond, all the lads there competed. Cunningham had an excellent game, 3 tries. Bobby Golding pops the goal over. All the 17-man squad at St Helens have competed in this game. It was going to be a tough one on paper, with Halifax coming back into the swing a little bit. Saints with 58 points, Halifax with 20. Last season here at Knowsley Road, Saints beat Halifax 58-20, so we're doing the business again. And Bentley with the possession.
Jackson driving forward. Saints defend holding out to the last, not allowing Halifax to move the ball about. Rowley to Gillespie. Good tackling from Cunningham and Hammond. Time almost up on the clock, and I think the Halifax players will be relieved to hear that siren going after the 80 minutes. It does eventually, and St Helens have run out with another big score at Knowsley Road, and I'll let you run through it and gloat as you normally do, Rob.
Yes, I have been known to gloat occasionally. 22-8 at half-time. Then Saints got off to the best possible start in the second half. A Newlof try, goal by Golding, a Golding penalty 8 minutes later. An Alan Hunt try and a Golding goal after who got sent off? Amoni got sent off. And then Halifax came back, did 2 tries within 4 minutes from Schuster and Hallis, both goal by Schuster. But Saints weathered the storm. Alan Hunt went in for a try, unconverted. But then it was all Saints with tries from Cunningham, Hayes and Hammond. 2 of them goal by Golding. 58 points to 20. And Saints keep up the impetus. We're back at the top of the Stones-Bitter League Championship table where we belong. We've got another 6 games to go, but 3 away games now, cut at Castleford away, and Saints have got to keep clean sheet for the rest of the season. We're 1 point clear at the top of the table. We've got to hope as well that we can keep a clean sheet and that the Pie Eaters get a little bit of tonking, and Bradford get a little bit of a tonking as well. We can only hope, can't we? We don't have to play them again. But you've been at Rosy Road with Mike on video. The final score 58 points to 22. Darryl McCauley and Ron Hoof saying good evening.